Hey, it's Dr. D with Salisbury Eye Care and Eyewear. Welcome to our video. I am going to talk to you today about when you should not change your glasses prescription. So if you've come to see me before or even watched any of these videos, you know that I love glasses, and I totally love for you to have multiple glasses. I rarely say that you don't need new glasses. But there are certain times when it doesn't make sense to invest in a new pair of glasses. And so I wanted to make a little list for you today of when those times might be. Okay, so the first time you might not want to change your glasses is if you are a borderline diabetic or are being looked at for that, or if you're a newly diagnosed diabetic, or if you have been a diabetic but now your sugars are out of control. So uncontrolled diabetes is reason number one. The reason that this is a problem is that uncontrolled diabetes tends to make your blood sugar, your blood sugar is going up and down, right? And what that does is actually changes your prescription. So when you come to see me and your blood sugar is 400, I might get one prescription, and then when it gets controlled again, it's completely different. So uncontrolled diabetes is one reason to maybe not change your prescription right away. Okay, reason two that you wouldn't want to change your prescription is if you have dryness of your eyes and if that dryness is affecting your prescription. So I hear a lot of times that during the refraction, that's the little part where I'm going 1 or 2, 2 or 3. 1 or 2. When I'm doing all of that, sometimes people feel a lot of stress and they feel like they're not answering it correctly. But I actually am learning a lot even by your responses. So when my patients aren't sure, or let's say they picked 1, but now they're picking 2, but then they pick 1 again, that actually means something to me. So every time you're giving me that feedback, I'm actually learning something. Now, one of the things that happens fairly frequently is that if a person has dryness of their eyes, their vision will actually fluctuate during that test. And I'll notice that if they blink, they can make a decision between 1 and 2. Whereas if they haven't blinked in a little bit, it makes it really blurry and just nothing's quite clear. So I often pick up on fluctuating vision during the refraction, and that is a good reason to not do anything with glasses until we can get your dry eye under control and get a more reliable prescription that we know will help you see well. So reason 2, if you have dry eye, maybe not the best thing to change your prescription unless your doctor's confirmed that your ocular surface looks good that day. All right, so we have diabetes and we have dry eye as reasons to not change your prescription. The third thing is if you have something going on with your focusing ability. So we all have a focusing system within our eyes. This is usually most relevant for teenagers, but it can happen in young adulthood as well. If your focusing system is just all out of whack, sometimes what we have to do is use a special drop to totally relax it so we can find out what your true prescription is. If this is the case, your doctor will tell you about it. I often will do this and say, listen, just doesn't make sense to do anything with glasses today. Let's have you back, get your eyes dilated, and let me see what all is there before I make a decision on what to prescribe you. All right, the fourth reason you might not want to get glasses or change your prescription is if you have cataracts forming and they're getting close to being surgical. So what I mean by that, we all develop cataracts if we're lucky enough to live long enough. Cataracts are a whitening or yellowing, basically an opacification of the lens of your eye. So behind the colored part of your eye sits the lens. That little guy does a lot of work in focusing light throughout your life and filtering light throughout your life. So what can happen is it can get opacified. That is a cataract. And when that opacification gets bad enough, there's cataract surgery to help correct it. Well, if you're getting kind of close to cataract surgery, it doesn't make sense to purchase new glasses because once you have that surgery, It will totally change your prescription. All right, the 5th reason not to change your prescription is if you are about to get LASIK. It's kind of obvious. And then the last reason is if your prescription did not change one bit, you are still doing beautifully, you still have the same fashion sense, you don't want an update in your style, and you love your glasses and they already have great anti-glare on them and they're thin and light and comfortable for you and you're doing really well. It is actually okay to not change your glasses. There are many glasses, especially from our shop. We do very high quality frames and I always say, you know, these are meant to last you longer than just a year. And in fact, sometimes we can just re-lens the frame if you do have a change in prescription. So there are times when you just don't have to change your glasses because your prescription didn't change and you took good care of them. All right, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that list of reasons you wouldn't want to change your prescription. If you liked it or if you didn't, please subscribe. We'd love to see you here every Wednesday. We have new content at 4 o'clock.